the thrilling potential of selling, even if you hate having to sell. Have you noticed your clients wanting to argue over your price? Have you noticed your clients are not paying your rate? Have you noticed your clients saying, I have to think about it? Have you noticed that just too many of your clients are a pain in the ass to work with? So if so, wouldn't it be interesting to learn it was actually you and your sales process creating and hypnotically telling your clients to treat you this way? Well, I believe that's exactly what you are doing. And I'd like to show you why your approach is not working and why there is a much better way. Hey, this is R.C. Peck, founder and creator of The Easy Conversation. I've dedicated my entire life to figuring out how to accelerate people's ability to create more income on demand, all while doing what they love. But hey, this isn't about me. This is about you getting the life you want, finally. So this talk is for you if you have to have voice-to-voice conversations with your prospects before they buy, and it's within these conversations that your prospects choose to buy or not buy from you. And your service costs thousands or tens of thousands of dollars, or you know your service is worth this amount. Typically, you might identify yourself as a business owner, a service provider, a coach, or a consultant. What's in this training for you? What I want to show you is how the Easy Conversation, a sales method that I built, eliminates the shitty 1970s based sales methodology, a methodology filled with anxiety, stress, manipulation, resentment, and strong-arming. And instead show you a series of easy conversations that feel great for both sides, and leaves the prospect wanting to pay you more, wanting to pay you sooner, and wanting to stick around longer, all while being easy to work with. For instance, if you find yourself not wanting to make sales calls, then it's because your body only knows the experience of using a shitty, out-of-date sales methodology from the 1970s. Of course it feels shitty to you. I mean, how could it not? And if it feels shitty to you, then think about how it feels to your prospects or clients. What's the difference between shifting your 1970s sales approach to the Easy Conversation? The 1970s approach is like growing your company in 2016 on the back of payphone technology. But not just any payphone. The payphone in your town 12 blocks from your house, the same one that carries the germs of every person that's touched it in the past decade. It's a petri dish of disgusting, and you resent having to use it. Because after all, the people that were using that payphone back then were probably not killing it in their lives. Of course, trying to grow your company using that payphone is gonna feel bad. The Easy Conversation eliminates that feeling. So your sales conversations have the ease of having an iPhone in your pocket. It's convenient, fun to use, and makes your life better. Basically, it's about replacing what no longer works with what is working today. It's about getting your entire business on the blue line. That is the blue line, and the red line is where most people's businesses are. Kind of goes up or down, but generally is not really going anywhere in life. Now, why this training might matter to you. I'm going to show you first how to get your clients wanting to pay you sooner. Then second, how to get your clients wanting to pay you more. And then third, how to only have clients that you love working with. Did you catch that? I said your clients will want to pay you sooner, more, and be easy. The bigger paychecks and ease comes from them wanting to do it. And that's the secret. Let me explain. Okay, first, what is the key to having your clients wanting to pay you sooner? Have them feel safe. This is the magic emotion. Let me explain. How do you get your clients to feel safe? Don't try to convince, conceal, or cajole your prospect into submission. The 1970s are over, so stop using those shitty sales methods that came out of that decade. Let me give you one example of a shitty 1970s sales technique. The first 10 seconds of a cold or colder call. Basically, someone who's not expecting your call, even if you know them. The shitty 1970s sales way would go something like this. Now, assume you're calling RC and your name is John. Okay, so here we go. Hi, is RC Peck there? I'm with Acme Dog Food Company, and we make great dog food, and we are letting people know we have a new dog food coming out. How are you doing today? Okay, so why this doesn't work? First, no one cares what your company name is or what you are selling, at least not at this stage. 2, stop lying to them. You don't care how they are doing, so don't say, "How are you doing?" It's a lie. You don't care. They know you don't care. They know you are lying. So there you are, calling up a stranger or someone that didn't know you were going to call, and then you start out the relationship with a blatant lie. Good luck with that one. No wonder why these people tell you to fuck off. You do the same, and you do the same. So stop doing to others what you hate being done to you. Number 3, you interrupted their day, and you didn't even call yourself out on it. In other words, you're lying again. Stop fucking lying to people. They know it, and that's why they hang up on you. What I mean by this is, you know you just cold called them, but you didn't even point that out. Point it out. So let me compare the 1970s shitty sales way with the easy conversation approach. This is how it would go. Hi, RC. This is John. We don't know each other, and this is a bit of a cold call. Is this a bad time? Okay, why this works. First, you immediately point out to the person you are calling that they don't know you. This puts their brain at ease. Yeah? They now don't have to think, wait, who's John? Wait, who is this person? So that's number 1. Number 2, you are immediately transparent and call it what it is. It's a cold call. And what's the prospect's brain do then? It relaxes and puts its guard down. It doesn't feel like it has to defend itself now. And 3, you immediately ask them, hey, is this a bad time? You're asking if you can talk to them. You are getting their permission to interrupt them because you are interrupting them. And as a result of using the easy conversation, your cold calling receiving prospect, well, they'll feel safe. And 98% of the time when the prospect feels safe, they will be open to listening. You get it? Yeah? You shift your words and you change your world. You go from struggling to pay your bills to having more than enough money at the end of the month. You go from wondering where your next client is going to come from to creating clients on demand. You go from having to work nights and weekends until 10 p.m. to spending time with your family and being around for your kids. And this is just one 10-second block of time in a process that might be 30 days in length. The point is, when the prospect feels safe, they buy. And when they are feeling lied to, they don't. Just look at their actions and you'll see it's true. Create safety and your clients will want to buy sooner. They literally won't be able to help it. And isn't that what you want? Yeah, don't you want that? Yeah? So, to wrap up point number 1, the potential for your life and business is that you can have your clients wanting to pay you sooner. You can have your clients saying yes to you after 2 meetings and not 2 months. And you can finally have your bills paid for, live in the house you want, drive the car you desire, and to have the freedom to really enjoy life. Okay, so now I'm going to go on to point number 2. Second, point number 2. What is the key to having your clients wanting to pay you more? Connect your service to having them get their biggest want or eliminate their biggest pain in their life. by working specifically with you. So let me explain. You find out their desired want or their desired pain that they'd like to eliminate. Let me give an example that is often used, but used in a 1970s shitty salesy way. Have you ever heard that people who buy drills don't want drills, they want holes? Well, that's actually not true. And so the 1970s shitty way will have the salesperson talking about what great holes your company sells. But that is not what people really want. Hear me out. They want the drill to create a hole. They want that hole to put a screw in it. Then they want that screw to hang a picture on. And then what they really want is for their wife to get off their ass because the picture is finally hung. So they can do what they really want, which is to watch the ball game in their man cave drinking a couple beers with their friends. So what does the person really want? They want more time in their man cave connecting with their friends. They want freedom from their wife telling them what to do on the weekends. They want their own life again. They want space again. They want time to themselves again. To have some of that freedom they had before they got married or had 3 kids with a mortgage and a minivan in the driveway. You get it? Your client will want to pay you more if you know their desired want. Do you know what their desired want really is? The guy that gets hired to create holes for screws works a lot, runs out a calendar, and can't seem to understand why he's so stuck. But the guy that gets hired to create more time in the man cave for his client, connecting with his friends, again, well, that guy gets paid a lot more without having to work harder. You get it? Yeah? The key is about identifying your prospect's biggest want. And when you do, your clients and prospects will want to pay you more. And when you get paid more, you get to get the house you want in the neighborhood you want. And when you get paid more, you get to give yourself and your loved ones the toys and experience you've always wanted to give. You get to be that guy. And when you get paid more, you can save more. And you're able to acquire the choice to not have to work. Of course, you'll want to keep working with your clients because it doesn't feel like work, but you'll want to know that you never have to work. You get it? You get to be free. That means if you charge $500 now, you'll have clients wanting to pay you $1,000. That means if you're charging $2,500, you'll now have clients wanting to pay you $5,000. That means if you charge $10,000, you'll now have clients wanting to pay you $20,000. All without having to work more. All because you systematically uncovered what your prospect really wants. So let's recap where we are. Okay, number 1, you realize you really can have your clients wanting to pay you sooner. Number 2, you realize you can have your clients wanting to pay you more. And that means your life has the car you really want. That means you have the house in the neighborhood you really want. And if you really want to just kick it in your man cave with your bros, then you can. You know why? Because you'll hire a handyman to deal with your wife's house list. And you'll go play. So now, let's talk about point number 3. Third, what is the key to only having clients that you love working with? Control the entire sales process without being controlling. Let me explain. If you want great, easy to work with clients, then you have to have a systematic sales process, a process with clear steps. Steps which occasionally ask the prospect to do something for you before moving forward. So let me give an example of how the easy conversation would do this. One of the steps in the easy conversation is called the validate commitment step. This step, which is done early in the conversation, asks the prospect to spend 10 minutes answering your questions in a questionnaire. The questions have some depth to them, so the client actually has to think about the answer. So they are putting in effort and time for you because you ask them to. If a prospect balks or doesn't fill out the questionnaire, you don't move forward, because what they're telling you through their actions is that they are not easy to work with and only want to do things when it fits them, otherwise known as a shitty client. But when you do have a prospect or client that follows your directives, then you have an easy to work with client. What that means for your life? First, you're not working nights and weekends anymore. Second, you won't need a big support staff to manage all the chaos. And three, actually that probably should be third. And third, the clients will be happier and will want to refer people to you just like them. And four, you'll have the experience that you're getting paid to just talk to your friends. So let me summarize this for you. If you want your clients wanting to pay you sooner, then you'll want to create a feeling of safety in their brain. And the way you do that is by eliminating concealment, convincing, and cajoling, and replace it with transparency, immediate buy-in, and pointing out the obvious to them. If you want your clients wanting to pay you more, then you'll want to connect their experience to getting their biggest want or eliminating their biggest pain by only working with you. And if you want easy to work with clients, then keep control of your sales process and make sure you validate their commitment early and often by having them put their personal effort and time into your process. And when you do all three, you have clients who want to pay you more, want to pay you sooner, want to stick around longer, and be easy to work with, all without you having to work harder. You get it? Yes? It's not about working harder. It's about the words and the sales process you use. And like it or hate it, the fulfillment you feel from your business and the revenue it creates each month is about that sales conversation, but not that shitty 1970s sales crap based on concealing and convincing and cajoling. Shift your sales approach and you change your life. In other words, you get the girl, the car, the money, and the life you really want. Guys, this is just the beginning. If you like the idea of increasing your revenue 50% or more in the next 120 days, and then again, the next step is simple and straightforward. Let's cut through all the noise and get on the phone. Can I help you? Look, I don't know, but we both will certainly know in that conversation. We'll get on the phone and I will identify that biggest gap in your sales and business and talk about how to fill it, all without having to work harder, longer, or learn a whole new set of skills. If you want a better life, the next steps are straightforward. And that means if you charge $500 now, you'll have clients wanting to pay you $1,000. Or if you're charging $2,500 now, you'll now have clients wanting to pay you $5,000. Or if you're charging $10,000, you'll now have clients wanting to pay you $20,000. So what are the next steps? Okay, first, you pay I'm not a time vampire investment of $100. This $100 is not part of my business model per se, but it is a way to keep time vampires out of my life. If $100 make you gulp, then I'm not for you, and you'll probably want to take a deep look at what level of commitment you have to living a thrilling life. Second, you'll fill out an easy 10-minute questionnaire. This will save us both time when we get on the phone, so the entire conversation can be focused on strategy and not logistics. Sound fair? Third, you will coordinate with my ops manager, Patty, and get on my calendar. I work with my clients between 9:30 in the morning with a hard stop at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. No exceptions. Fourth, we get on the phone and the magic starts. If at the end of the call we both feel there might be a fit, then I may suggest that we work together. If so, I'll let you know what that looks like in time and money. That's it. Oh yeah, one more thing. If at the end of that conversation you think that time was a complete, that you think that time, your time, my time, your time with me was a complete waste for you, then I will immediately return your $100, no questions asked. Like I said, that $100 is a deliberate barrier to eliminate time vampires from my life. I'm looking for people who want to finally get that shift in their business and life. Okay, thanks, and I'll speak to you soon. RC.